What's up? This is Alex Chu coming at you with another episode. This episode I want to talk about, you know, people are not getting married anymore. The reason is because, technology is, the economy is forcing women to become unromantic, I don't think it's women's fault. It's just that the economy right now, it cannot compare to the economies of 20 years ago, and everybody's poor. So when everyone's poor, nobody is romantic enough to date someone. That's the reason why nobody's getting married anymore. But anyway, before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Chu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small fingers during sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore, become physically immortal. For example, in 1 month, I'll be 54-year-old. Okay, if you look at my look at how skinny I am. Look at that. Pretty good, right? I've been this skinny ever since I was 19. I never gained weight. But if you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials on my website. Most of them are from Amazon customers. Most of them give me 4-star, 5-star. If you're interested, you want to look like me when you're 54, livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Link is at the bottom of this video. I want to show you a clip, okay? This is from a very famous movie. Check it out. Well, does it make any sense to women, to modern day women? Jack Dawson, he say, yeah, all I need is the air in my lung, I win the ticket aboard the Titanic at a very lucky hand. No one's gonna date that bum nowadays, right? You think any modern woman is gonna fall for Jack Dawson? Hell no. And also, you know what? No offense, but Leonardo DiCaprio, he's actually kind of short. See, I'm 5'8", okay? Leonardo DiCaprio, he's probably only 5'6", he's pretty short. He's a pretty short guy, So, theoretically speaking, if modern day women, they're not gonna fall for someone like that. They're not gonna fall for a lover boy like that. They probably fall for that Cal guy, right? Calvin Hockley, the fiance of Rose, right? They probably fall for someone like that, even if he's cruel and unkind and cold. Modern day women still go for people like that, You know why? Because there's no more romance. I don't blame women though, because right now the economy is very, very bad. Everybody wants to stay home, Men, they all got used to staying home. They're just getting lazier and lazier. If they want to buy something, they're not going to go to the mall. They just go online, They shop Amazon or shop eBay. Right now there's Temu. There's also Temu and Shein. Those are Chinese websites, right? You could buy anything from those places. And actually, the Amazon, eBay, and Temu, they're actually kind of convenient, Because imagine you want to buy a certain product, okay? You want to buy a certain product. Like, I'm looking for butcher's twine, I want to make, I want to cook something, right? I have to use a string to wrap up the cheesecloths, right? And you got to go look for that, right? You walk into the supermarket, and you walk around, you gotta look for it, and sometimes they don't have it, You might spend like 15 minutes looking for it, and you don't find it. So it happens sometimes, You walk into the store, if it's a department store, you have to fucking search a whole store just to look for that specific item you're looking for. But in eBay or Amazon, that doesn't happen, right? You type in the search term, it comes right out, gives you the price and everything, right? It'll be delivered to your door in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's simple to order stuff online, and it's not extremely expensive. Save you a lot of headache, right? You don't even have to go out. You don't have to drive out there to pick up something. You just press the buy button. That's it, right? So people are getting lazier, so they don't go out anymore, and that's the reason why a lot of stores are closing. Oh, especially if in San Francisco or these, big cities like Los Angeles, New York, big cities, you know, like what do you call, you know, Seattle and these big cities, right? All the stores are closing down, you know. First of all, people don't go out anymore. People don't go outside anymore. They just, you know, they just go online, right? They do everything online. And a lot of stores are closing down. And let's say if you're in San Francisco, right? And your store is still making money. Let's say you own a restaurant or you own a deli or whatever. And your store is still earning money. You know what? You're going to be targeted by the thieves. The robbers, man. They're going to... They see you earn money and they get jealous of you. And then, you know, when you close down your shop, one day, man, they're going to ram their car into your shop. They're going to steal somebody's car and they're going to ram that car into your shop. Break your windows, right? Break your front entrance and then walk inside your store and steal whatever they can. Sometimes you don't have nothing in the store. You don't have no money in the store. You don't have merchandise in the store. But you know what? They ram their car into your you know, front door, right? Break all your glasses, break your front door, and cost you like $10,000 to you know, in repair cost. You know, so that's the reason why a lot, especially in San Francisco, there's a lot of empty stores. You know, a lot of stores they just close, and then nobody dares to take over. I don't dare to take over because it's like, if you take over, okay, first of all, it's so difficult to earn money because nobody go out anymore. And if you do earn money, you're going to be targeted by the thieves. You know, these robbers and thieves, they see you earn money, and one day, yeah, they're going to rob your store. I mean, you're lucky that if somebody just ram their car into your shop after you close, right? You know, sometimes they just rob your store in broad daylight. You know, they bring their guns, 2 or 3 men bring their guns into your store. If you're not lucky, you get killed, you know. So that's the reason why a lot now San Francisco and these, I don't know, big cities, you know, when you see a store close, it's usually a domino effect, you know. When one store closed, the next store, they just keep on closing. And then nobody dares to replace it, you know. Nobody dares to go and, you know, open back the store back up and then sell something else. Nobody dares to do it, you know. Because it's, I don't know, it's either unprofitable, or if you are profitable, you're going to be targeted by the thieves. So you could imagine, so nowadays women, they become a lot more serious, you know. It's like, I don't know, there's no more romance in the hearts of modern women. You understand? All they want to do is look for the money. Hey, do you have any money? Are you going to make it? Nowadays, it's like, if you, to the modern women, if you are a real man, you got to have money, you know. Now, if you are a real man, you got to be tall and handsome. And it's just, I don't know. It's not as romantic as before. I remember back in the days, only in 2005, 2009, I'm not talking about like almost 20 years ago, you know. Women were actually very romantic back in the days. Because I used to go to the strip club every day back in the days. I was hooked on strip club. I used to go to the strip club every day, you know. You know, so I spoke to a lot of strippers. I know how they live. And a lot of times, you know, their boyfriends are crackheads and fucking bums, you know. You know, I met a stripper and she's very beautiful. She's a very beautiful woman. You know what her boyfriend does? Her boyfriend basically is trying to establish a band. You know, like a rock and roll band, right? Her boyfriend is trying to gather a band. Wants to become a rock star, right? Come on, what's the chance of that, right? What's the chance of that? And then the stripper, right? She goes to the strip club to strip for almost half a year. Supported her boyfriend for half a year. Her boyfriend didn't do anything. Her boyfriend basically just sit on his ass, you know, and maybe play some music in the garage for a whole half a year. And then finally, the stripper girl got tired of it and basically kicked his boyfriend out. But hey, it lasted half a year. You understand? And another stripper, her boyfriend is like 300 pounds, you know. Her friend told me, one of her friends told me that this stripper's boyfriend is like very fat, like 250 pounds, 300 pound, very fat man, you know. And he's only a handyman. He doesn't even have a proper job. He doesn't even have a real job. You know, he basically he just advertised himself online on Craigslist, right? And then somebody needs to, you know, needs something repaired at homes, right? And he would just go out there and do the repair. And it's basically a handyman job. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't even have a real job. And this beautiful stripper, yeah, she's very beautiful, tall, and sexy, and you know, yeah, she would have a boyfriend like that. And another stripper I remember was like, her boyfriend is basically the manager of the strip club. Strip club manager, they ain't shit, you know. I know how much they earn. They back in the days, 2005, 2006. They earn like $4,000 tops, $4,000, $4,500 tops every month, you know? It's just that they look good, you know? They put on a suit, right? And yeah, there's this stripper. Her boyfriend is basically the manager of the strip club. The guy is very short, you know? That manager, he's very short. He's only like 5'6", and he's bald too. He's 40-year-old bald man. And he has a beautiful, sexy stripper, you know, Asian stripper. Right? So he's an Italian, bald Italian guy with an Asian stripper, you know. I think she's from Vietnam. But then, hey, you know what? They go together, you know. They go everywhere together, right? And there's another strip club manager. He's a black man, right? And he's also bald, and he's also very short. And there's this white stripper, like very dedicated to him. Also, this white stripper was fighting with another stripper in order to gain his attention. It's like, you bitch, you better leave my man alone. You gotta leave my man alone. It's like they're fighting for the same they're fighting for one strip club manager. Back in the days, I see a lot of that. Strip club managers, they're pretty popular back in the days. But usually they're very short. Strip club managers, they're short. They're short in stature. You know, they're pretty old. You know, they're 40 or 50-year-old. And they don't earn that much money. And then they could get demoted at any time. See, being a strip club manager, right? If your boss is not happy with you, you're going to get demoted. You're going to be demoted and you go back to being a bouncer, you know? And I remember there's this one strip club manager, he got demoted. Yeah, his name is Steve. He's already 50-year-old, you know? He's old as me. He got demoted, and I don't know what happened, but he shot himself. He was a strip club manager for a while, and then one day he just got demoted because business wasn't good, you know? And the boss would just demote you, you know, just like that. Give you absolutely no face, demote you, and then he shot himself, you know, shot himself in the heart. That's what I heard. Yes, but hey, back in the days, a lot of strippers would sorry, a lot of strippers would go out with these managers, you know. Nowadays, no way, right? Nowadays, modern women, you think a modern woman would go out with a strip club manager? Somebody who earns like $4,000 a month, some $4,500 a month. You think a stripper would go out with someone like that? Hey, you're a strip club manager. Ooh, big fucking deal. Who would go out with someone like that? Nobody. Nowadays, you know, modern day women, they don't want to date losers like that. They want to date somebody who has at least $100,000, right? $100,000 a year, right? Minimum, right? I don't blame them though. Right now, economy is very, very tough right now. You know, it's very difficult to look for a job. You know. And if you can open up a store, see, back in the days, it's easy to find a job. I'm talking about 20 years ago, you know, 2005, 2009, whatever. Back in the days, it's easier to find a job, right? If you got fired from a job, all you have to do is, I don't know, drop a few resume and you're going to get a phone call again. Somebody is going to call you again and you get hired like almost right away. And there's a lot of stores open, you know? A lot of restaurants are open, a lot of stores are open, and somebody's always hiring someone, you know? You don't have any worries. I mean, if you are willing to work, you don't have to worry about not being able to find a job. You could always find a job back in the days, right? And also, back in the days, like 20 years ago, see, if you're a loser, it doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's easier for a man to become rich, you know? If you're just a bum, but then hey, all you have to do is be lucky and be a little smart. You know, you open up a cafe, you open up a restaurant, or you open, back in the days you heard of .com boom, right? All you have to do is be a little smart, you know? Just, I don't know, develop some sort of .com business online and you could become an instant millionaire. You know, open up a restaurant, you're a bum today, but then tomorrow you open up a restaurant and suddenly you become the next Gordon Ramsay, the billionaire chef. Yeah, you don't know. It's just that back in the days it's easier for a man to get rich, You could get rich without anything. You have a few dollars in your pocket and you still could get rich, That's the economy back in the days. So I guess that's the reason why, back in the days, women were a little more romantic. I remember there's another stripper I spoke to, right? She married this one guy. She's like an Italian girl, and then she married a Chinese guy. And then, at first I was happy for her. I said, "Oh, you marry a Chinese guy? Well, congratulations." They're about to get married, right? And I asked her, "What does he do? What does your fiance do?" And she said, "Well, he doesn't have a job right now. He goes to City College." I'm like, "What?" And then she said, "But the guy has a 5-year plan. The guy promised me. He said in 5 years he's gonna become somebody." The motherfucker doesn't even have a job. He goes to City College, and he has a 5-year plan. Oh, Jesus. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that you would marry someone like that. I mean, she looks okay. She's not ugly or anything. She's pretty slim, She looks okay. She doesn't have children. Why would you marry some Chinese dude who goes to City College and doesn't even have a job? I don't get it. But yeah, she's getting married. I'm telling you, girls back in the days, okay, like 20 years ago, girls were a lot more romantic, They were a lot more romantic. I remember one of my best friend, right? Martin Sargent, he had an accident. He was playing basketball and he injured his vertebrae. And yeah, he's sort of handicapped ever since that incident, So he has to walk with crutches, He has to walk with crutches, right? And he still got married. Her girlfriend still married him. That's like 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Girls back in the days were a lot more romantic. Nowadays, no way, man. Modern day women, they're not gonna marry you if you got injured, and you became handicapped. They're not gonna marry you. Hell no. No way. But hey, what can I say? But but just like what I said, I don't blame women. I don't blame modern day women. It's just that the economy is so tough right now. The economy is so difficult, If you're a bum, you most likely remain a bum for the rest of your life, That's how it is nowadays. If you're a bum, you ain't got no money in your pocket, tough shit. You're probably gonna remain a bum for the rest of your life, That's the reason why modern day women, they're not gonna play that game no more. They're not gonna be romantic no more. They're not gonna become somebody's girlfriend who they're not gonna let a guy who sit on his ass and wants to become a rock star. He wants to form a band and become a rock star, and they're not gonna go for a guy like that anymore. They're not gonna go for some guy who doesn't have a job and go to city college and have a 5-year plan, they're not going to go for someone like that no more, you know? Right now, the women, they're very picky, you know? Yeah, they know if you're a bum, you're probably going to remain a bum for the rest of your life. So they're not going to go for someone like you, you know? Like, yeah, they want to go out. If they want to go out, they got to pick guys who has, like, you know, 6-figure income, right? You know, $100,000 annual income. And the guy has to be tall and sexy and, you know? Because, I mean, modern day women, there's no more romance. There's no more romance in their heart. You understand? They don't do that shit no more. Like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying. No, they don't know. No, they don't. They don't have the pleasure to do that anymore. You know. Yeah, so Jack Dawson ain't gonna get shit nowadays. Jack Dawson ain't gonna get no pussy nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, hey, that's all. That's my rant. Talk to you later.